I spent most of my life as a pretty convinced atheist. Look up to men like Aldous Huxley, Friedrich Nietzsche, admired them for their consistency. They knew there was no God, and so they knew that the only sensible way to live was for yourself, to make yourself your own God. That made perfect sense to me. I looked around a world that seemed very inconsistent. Claim there was a God, live like there wasn't. Claim there wasn't a God, live like there was. And so I found a lot of comfort in being my own God and fellowship with people that seemed to embrace that and live for themselves in a clear way as well. It wasn't until it became very clear to me that my way of living didn't work at all that I was even willing to consider the possibility that I was wrong about this. People did share all kinds of information with me that was challenging. How could there be a material universe, Mark, that came out of nothing? How could the Big Bang itself, there was nothing, and then nothing blew up for no reason and turned into everything? How could you believe that, Mark? Doesn't that take faith? And so, yeah, there were a lot of challenging questions that were posed to me. How could matter come before mind? How could rational beings be the product of dead material? So again, many challenging thoughts were put to me, and I didn't have answers. I spent a lot of my life thinking I did, but what I found out was I just was not a very deep thinker. I thought with my feelings. I wanted to live for myself, and so I rationalized that and justified that every way just to make myself feel better. But as I really applied my mind, I didn't have any good answers to those questions. I had none at all. And then as I heard the gospel of Jesus Christ for the first time, God opened the eyes of my heart. God removed the veil from my heart, my eyes, to see Him clearly for who He really was. And so I believe in God, not because I figured Him out, not because I've looked at all the evidence, not because I've done the math, but because God has given me new eyes, new heart, to see Him, to love Him, to know that He's real. And everything that I have now seen in Him, most completely in His Word, in Scripture, in the Bible, now helps to make sense of everything around me. And so I came to believe in God because He made me new, because He gave me a new life. And now with that new life, I am able to begin understanding the world around me, including all the evidence, all the science, all the philosophy that only ever proves His existence.